So guys, we're finally here. Manchester City versus Liverpool. The prediction for this week's game. The title decider. We know it's the title decider. What a massive game. Join me for this video for the breakdown. I want your opinion, guys. I want your opinion. Let's get involved. Let's do it.
So this is a massive one. You would have seen by the intro, Manchester City versus Liverpool. Fuck me, guys, we're here. What a massive, massive preview. Everybody knows this is the title decider. I think everybody knows that now. It's monstrous. It is monstrous. I'm so excited, obviously, as a Liverpool fan. It's monstrous. I can't wait to get stuck in. A little bit of a beverage, a little bit of a red wine for the cheeky prediction video here, for the cheeky preview. We just have to get up. It's a special occasion. This is a special football match. It's a special football match. So we need to have something to prepare. So what is going on, guys? Talkingsports, Wearingshorts. Tommy back again with a Tommy football preview, football review, if you like. Monstrous, monstrous game here, guys. As you see in the intro, in the video, it's Manchester City versus Liverpool. The prediction, the preview this week. The monstrous, monstrous game, guys. The massive game. We got to talk about it. We have to break this down. Before we break it down, though, I want to get a feeling. I need everybody to tell me. So I need to find out what the supporters are feeling. If you're a Manchester City fan, I want you to like this video. If you're a Liverpool fan, I want you to comment on it. I need to see where the balance is. I need to see how many Liverpool fans are around, how many Manchester City fans are around. I want to know who's out there. Like if you're Manchester City, comment if you're Liverpool, and let's get this thing going. So let's break it down, guys. Let's go through this. Let's break it down. Let's have a look at the previous week's results for Liverpool and Manchester City. Obviously, Liverpool were the victors, 2-0 over Watford, and Manchester City were 2-0 over Burnley. So very comparable results, very comparable performances, to be honest. And so they've both just eased their way into this game. I think they've obviously had an eye on it. They know that this is the game that they are focusing on. Now, obviously, they've got the midweek game tomorrow morning, so depending on when this video releases, technically the Champions League is tomorrow morning, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare in those games. Will they take it easier? Will they play a less strengthened squad to maybe prepare themselves for the weekend? Who knows? We will find out. So that's also interesting. So there's lots of things riding on this game, and lots of issues and lots of stories. And the story between Manchester City and Liverpool, the historic story that they've had over the last 3 or 4 years, the competition, the level. They've been competing for titles for the last 3 or 4 years, obviously with the exception of Liverpool last year with their fucking horrendous, and I mean horrendous, decimation of the team with their injuries. So apart from that, they've been neck and neck for 3 or 4 years. So this is a monstrous game, and I think both sets of supporters know that, and both sets of supporters will be super, super keen, myself included. So I just wanted to touch on some things, some breakdowns. I wanted to touch on some of the bigger things that I think might happen, some of the little stories that might happen in the game, where some of the teams can have some success, where the impacts, where the thrills and spills are going to happen in the game, where the key matchups are going to happen. So I want to break that down right now. So I think I want to start with Liverpool's attack. Obviously, if you watch my last video on the Liverpool and Manchester City title race, you would have known that I talked about Liverpool's attack and how potent they are. And I think that's pretty a fair assessment of that. I think everybody can notice that Liverpool's attack is unbelievably good. They have so many options. They are frightening. And I think that if Liverpool are going to have any joy in this game, it's going to come from that attack. It's going to come from the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, maybe Luis Diaz, maybe Jota off the bench. If Liverpool are to be successful and to go to the Etihad and win, that attack is going to be the reason, I believe. I think that it's going to be very, very hard for Manchester City to stop. And they're not the only club in the world that's going to have problems stopping Liverpool. And so if Liverpool are going to get it done, I think this is going to be the key factor. Now, on the flip side, the comparison to Manchester City, we've got to touch on Manchester City now. So we've got to bring up some of their good positives. We'll bring up Liverpool, and we're just going to go back and forth and have a look at this. Manchester City's key players, I feel, I think it's in the middle of the park for Manchester City. I think that obviously we know that their forwards probably aren't as good or lack of forward, should I say. They don't really have a number 9, but they have lots of creative midfielders that are probably better than some of Liverpool's midfielders. You could definitely 100% say that Kevin De Bruyne is easily the best midfielder out of both sides. You can make a fair argument about Thiago and Bernardo Silva, but then you look at Mahrez, Grealish, Foden and Sterling, they're probably better than any other Liverpool midfielder. I think Fabinho and Rodri are very comparable. I think that Fabinho and Rodri is a great battle. They kind of cancel each other out. They're very, very similar. So the midfield, though, for me is favoured for Manchester City. So if they're going to get on top, if they're going to win the game, if they're going to get the 3 points and try to go on and win the title, I think the midfield is going to be their best shot at that. So they need to get that right, and it's obviously going to be a real hard contest for Liverpool to try stop them. And then I want to get onto the defence. I think this is where it kind of balances itself out. Both teams, Manchester City's defence very solid, Liverpool's defence very solid, but they are very good in different ways. I think Manchester City are probably better defensively as a unit than Liverpool, which is crazy because Liverpool are a great defensive unit with Van Dijk and Matip, Robertson and Alexander-Arnold. But obviously, I think it's clear to say that Liverpool going forward with their wing-backs are definitely better and more threatening and more dangerous. We know how many goals come out of those fullbacks. We know that Trent Alexander-Arnold is a machine. Same with Robertson. But I would argue that as good as Liverpool are going forward to their defence, that Manchester City are as good as going back or as good as stopping goals. So the defence kind of cancels itself out. Then you go on to the goalkeepers, Ederson and Alisson. They're very comparable as well. They cancel each other out. I don't think there's a clear better goalkeeper like on your day. Obviously Liverpool fans will go for Alisson, Manchester City fans will go for Ederson, so it's really quite even there. So you look at the balance of the two squads and it's really up for grabs. It's a really hard game to try predict, but that's why we're here, guys. We're going to try predict it, and I've got a little feeling in my brain. Oh, that wine is very good. It's going down a tree. So here's what I think. Now, obviously, I might have my biased glasses on. I might have my rose-tinted glasses on. But I think that Liverpool might just do this. I think that they might just do this, guys. And I know there's going to be some Manchester City fans out there that are not going to like it. And look, I'll be honest about it. I don't fucking know. I really don't. It's more just a hope. But because Manchester City are quite capable of going on this weekend, Manchester City are quite capable of beating Liverpool 3 or 4-0 easily. They are capable of doing that. There is no doubt about that. And I don't think you'd be foolish to say that. Just on the flip side, Liverpool are also capable of winning 3 or 4-0 as well. They're both capable of beating each other by a higher margin, but then also having a real tight affair where it could be a 2-1 or a 1-1. Even, it could be really tight, but it could be a blowout. They have that capability. But I think that Liverpool, with the momentum they've got, and I alluded to this last time, I think they can get it done. I just got that feeling they are trending in the right direction. I think they can get it done. And then particularly with the Champions League games this week, the midweek games, Liverpool have got let's be honest about it, they've got a little bit easier of a run-in with Benfica. You would imagine that Liverpool will get through that. Obviously, there's no easy games in football. There's no easy games in the Champions League at this stage. But you would imagine Liverpool to get the job done. Manchester City, on the other hand, they have a very, very tough game in Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico aren't the same beast they used to be, but it's still going to be a tricky game, guys. Are they going to play a weaker squad? Are they going to take some chances? Are they going to try to rest some of their stars for Liverpool? Because they need to. Let's be honest. That's the massive game. I think we all know that it's going to give that team a boost. Whoever wins this game, I genuinely feel if Man City win this game at the Etihad, they won't lose towards the end of the season and they will win the league. And I think the same for Liverpool. If Liverpool can go there and win, I think they will fucking run away with it. I really do. So it's going to go tit for tat. Obviously, Manchester City have some really, really quality players, but they just lack that number 9. So it might be easier for the likes of Van Dijk and Matip to just defend this because they don't have a number 9. It's hard to explain. They know what's coming with those creative midfielders. They're going to drop short on the ball, like to get on the ball and like to create. There's not going to be really many runs in behind because they don't have a recognised number 9 or they don't like to play with that. So it's interesting to see that matchup. But then obviously on the flip side, you've got Liverpool with their high press and their attackers. So how do Manchester City stop that? It's just, it is tantalising. I can't wait. I think this is going to be I generally think this is one of the biggest games ever. I do. I think this is one of the biggest games ever in the Premier League. Manchester City have had 335 points and Liverpool have had 334 in the last 3 to 4 years. So these two teams are elite. They are miles above. And it's just an interesting game, guys. I'm so excited. I do not know where it's going to go, but my heart says Liverpool. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I'm going to go with us winning and then us to see it out and win the title. Anyways, guys, that's about wraps it up for this prediction, this preview for the monstrous game this weekend, the Liverpool versus Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and keep up to date with all our latest, newest videos that we post. Keep up to date with the podcast on Spotify, Talkingsports Wearingshorts. I'll leave a link in the description below. All our socials will be in the links below. I will leave some links to other videos if you want to watch, some other football breakdowns, other prediction stuff like that. So to keep you guys interested as always. But again, if you're a Man City fan, make sure you like it. If you're a Liverpool fan, make sure you comment. I want to see. Get involved, guys. Hashtag Shorts Gang. That's what I want to see. The hashtag Shorts Gang. Let's get it going. But as always, guys, Tommy out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.